World ABC. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Alright, well, it's not that easy, but I'd like to say that if you've made it to this point in the game, you're probably not going to have too rough of a time with it. The fact that it only has, 7 levels total also kind of helps with that. And I'm sure, as you can probably guess from the name, that it is going to be based entirely around the gimmick that I saw in the first 2 levels of the Secret World, pushing around letters to create different objects or rules and stuff like that, which is interesting. Definitely an interesting sort of concept. They effectively work the exact same as every other rule in the entire game seen up to this point, except they're a lot more, I don't know, spaced out, expanded. Big, thick, chunky letters here for each one of the rules rather than the nice single block pieces of text that you are used to up until this point. And I would imagine that if you have, if you had been playing this game like, dang it, we're gonna have to move that moon a little bit closer. But yeah, if you had been playing this game like as a non-native English speaker before, you could probably manage decently well, but this is the point where it's like, oh man, it's gotta get real rough when you have to realize that, you can switch out moon to make hot, and then get rid of that skull, push out that T so then I can make not. Nice, simple. I mean, I could actually just do it right here if I wanted to, but no, I need to make them hot so that I can melt that skull first. Then not Baba is push to get the rest of this level done. Nice simple little starter here, but these get a lot more complicated. To no real surprise, I mean, after all this sort of gimmick is really only seen in those 2 levels very early in the special world and in this world specifically. I don't think that anywhere else this concept is reused in any way. I'm sure that as soon as there's going to be some sort of custom levels for the game, which from what I understand is being worked on, hot Baba is push. Nope, not Baba is push. Right. Unfortunately, on the scale of hot or not, Baba is not this time. For now. That's a reference to early 2000s internet culture. If you I'll just keep going. Bah. Oh, come on, you already know what this one's gonna be. Baba is you. So the entire thing here is trying to get that rock. Well, first off, to be Baba, but then to also kind of be able to be hot and float at the same time. So if this was just a single Baba text, this would be a pretty trivial level. Unfortunately, not nearly as much. Although it does also show that you can have 2 letters in a single thing and still have that be a completely valid phrase. I don't really know exactly how letters work or how they're stored in the code or anything like that. Because it seems like you can have a lot of freedom, like put any amount of letters in any amount of whatever, and it's valid, it's mostly valid, if not actually valid. It's really hard to say. Alright, this is actually just a pretty simple little puzzle based around making sure that you know how you can create as many Babas as possible so that you can maximize your amount of Baba-ising. All phrases that I just spoke that you're probably never going to hear anywhere else in your life. Unless, I don't know, you're playing this game a lot. I have seen some speedruns of it, and boy, it's pretty much exactly what you would expect. Any percent, extremely quick. 100%, not super long, but just to see how people kind of optimize just the movement patterns in levels is interesting. Because it's one thing to get the solution, it's another thing to get the solution ASAP. Alright, so we got Baba, we got Ab. Baba, I assume, probably does not have abs. It seems to be some sort of weird marshmallow creature, so can't really imagine that comes up a whole lot. So the gag here is that I got to create a Baba to have... I got to create a Baba to be you, and I also got to create a Baba to be hot, so that I can destroy those skulls over there. Kind of a theme with, making things... making multiple things like a single object as of right now. Gonna be switched up a little bit later, but for right now, it's a pretty good introduction before some goofy spelling shenanigans get introduced. All right, so the big thing with this level is that you got shift. That belt being shift is going to let me, even though Baba might not be me at this point in time, still I'll be able to have like some objects kind of moving around. And that will rearrange things just enough, if I'm correct, to get stuff working. I think I want it not here, but I want one piece here, because then like move the B over one and then replace this B with a B. That is probably not the only solution to this puzzle, but it is a pretty effective one, so it's the one I'm going to go with. And nope, that's kind of ruining the whole Sokoban constraint that I'm under right now. Push it here so that I can push it over, and yeah, so it's just like I can push it over, and then push the B down onto the other belts that I'm going to set up here. Again, thankfully not a tremendously difficult set of levels yet. Oh no, these ones can get a little bit tricky later, especially because, like I said, every single one of these pieces of text are all adhering to the rules of all other text in the game thus far. And that is an important distinction to make, I'd like to say. And there. Bam and bam. Oh, wait, no. Wait. The A. I forgot about the A. And there. That'll work. Not the most elegant solution, but at least I got a BA to work in my favor right now, which is the kind of point of everything that I was doing there. BAB and ABA. And that should be the solution, unless I screwed this up or something. And like I said, I usually do most of these puzzles multiple times just to kind of remember the solution. It's never enough to do it just once for me, really. Just get that push out of there for a second. Never enough to do it just once, because the first time that you solve a puzzle, it could just be a fluke. You could have just been kind of screwing around with stuff enough that, why did I say Baba is push? That's not even correct. Get out of here. But yeah, it could just be the first time that you solve one of these puzzles, you know, you tried out a bunch of different stuff and you just happened upon a solution, which is why I always like kind of having things done multiple times so that I actually know what I'm doing when it comes to these levels. There's a lot of red herrings, and there's a lot of things that you might be screwing around with that, you know, get undone, redone, all that sort of stuff over time. But if you know what the solution is, you can kind of, well, not only explain it better, but beeline your way to that point easier. ABC4, Q, which not only is a cute little pun on the whole letter theme that we got going on here, it's also a very apt name for what's going on. So we got Baba, we got KK, and essentially it's pretty obvious what you need to do with both these guys. You need to be able to push both of these guys at once. Unfortunately, the only Baba here. I mean, knowing what I know about, let's just say, advanced puzzle solutions right now, easiest thing to do would be like combo KK and Baba onto the same square. Except with the fact that IS, you know, not really enough to spell anything different as of right now, but the fact that it's spread out into two blocks is kind of your hint for what the solution should be. So first off, I mean, you can almost work immediately with Baba IS push, but then you also need KK to be pushed at the same time. And that's why you're given this very convenient bit of teleporting ice. I always say that ice has a lot of fun stuff related to shenanigans with like comboing text or items together at the same time, and that's no exception here. In fact, given the near word, so I can say ice near. There we are. So the ice near KK is float. And then making ice teleport, that will actually just give me a very convenient one-way teleporter for text. Because one piece of text is going to be floating, and one piece of text isn't going to be floating. So that what I can do is... I mean, not that, but... So that what I can do is set a piece of text on here, and then when I make the text teleport over here... Whatever I put on here is going to teleport as far as text goes, and then this won't be teleporting back and forth at the same time. Very nice, because that's exactly what I need to do. I really like this puzzle. I mean, not only is it like a cute little concept, but it is also just a very involved and like full of advanced like puzzle solutions happening right now. You can probably already see what I'm about to be doing here. It's like, yeah, I mean, you know, it's one thing to be able to, because text on top of each other is still completely valid text. I mean, they still work in the complete same way, can be used as normal text, and you can have text like over text, and it's functional. Which is all a way to say the exact same thing like, what, 5 times there? But you see what I'm kind of doing. This is me struggling to explain the way you're supposed to think of this. Because now I will have Baba and KK, or as it says, Bake Bake, both having is next to them. And then all I need to do is just get the push down there, and it's not quite the same thing as putting the Baba word on top of the KK word, but it works effectively the same way. And get you guys down there. Q solved. I mean, it's a rough one. It's a tough level, but I think that if you had been doing all of, like, it didn't take me a tremendously long time to solve, just because I had been working with the various text comboing idea before, so I was well aware of that being a sort of a concept that could be used here. And speaking of comboing text and stuff together, here's Wall. Level name, Wall. I mean, it's does exactly what it says now, doesn't it? Alright, so first off, and pretty obvious solution immediately here, is Wall is push. So at least I can kind of get out of here. I mean, I could also just, you know, open up the door here and then try to get through these doors, but only really have a single key to work with here, which is why now all I need to do is this. Oh, you didn't notice? Yeah, W-A-L-L, A-L-L. Wall, all. Yeah, that's the entire gag of this level. It's as if you permanently have a wall text block combined with an all text block because of how the game works. Yep. That is the entire gimmick of this level. It is super goofy, if I'm being perfectly honest. I was like saying the phrase, it's just like, hey, that's the gag, and you know, I feel like, yeah, normal, like, big, involved things that require, like, advanced solutions. Oh, right. Like, puzzles that require big, involved solutions, those have solutions. Puzzles that are just kind of simple, fun gimmicks, those have gags that you get in on. And that's a pretty good one. But it is also one that is kind of frustrating if you didn't understand what was going on at first. Like, yeah, it's just weird how that functions. Anyway, STARDROP. And first thing to notice, me over here, if I try to turn which is weird, usually, like, belt is belt, except this time, belt can be transformed into something else, but the second that happens, belt is not flag. Oh. Well, whatever. The point is that if I were to change it into, I don't know, grass, how about that? Kind of get my way around there closer. Didn't even notice that when I was originally doing this. Now flags no longer win, level's unwinnable. Don't do that. Yeah, I was confused there for a second because I didn't even realize belt is not flag was a thing in this. Alright, grass is hot. That's entirely to try to prevent you from immediately making Baba is melt. I don't know, maybe it's kind of to prove that the way grass is hot works like that. Well, anyway, the other thing in this level is that ghost is stop. So that if I was going to try to use that fall keyword over here to make, say, the star fall down, of which, you know, I have more than enough letters to spell both star and ghost if I want to. Or not even just ghost and star, but also like a combination of the two. Which, by the way, if you were looking for a good hip-hop name, Ghost Star is pretty strong. Like, that is... I like it a lot, but I already got a name. It's Dr. Inferno Firebird, and it has been doing me pretty good so far. But anyway, yeah, so you can make both of those at any point in time. However, I think that right now, you can also make things hot if that was even remotely close to something important in this level. It is not. And if I really felt like it, I could also make the keyword has. I don't think that has any relevance right now, but hey, there's enough letters to do so. All right, so first off, let's make the star into a flag. Yeah. Because really, I mean, first off, not only does that give me a keyword that is much more compact and easy to use, for example, with the fall keyword over here, but it's also the star is not the win condition, the flag is the win condition. And then second off, one of the things that you can turn the belt into is a ghost, and that is exactly what I'm going to be doing. However, want to be a little bit, just a little bit careful as of right now, because I don't want to accidentally sort of ruin the landscape by turning all of the current pieces of text in the level into, or the current pieces of belt in the level into ghosts, because those things are impassable and you can't transform them into anything else. So I want to set this up here. And then it's going to be one more push, so that the second that that flag falls, it falls on top of a ghost. Again, more words that we're not really going to be here, more phrases that you're not going to be hearing outside of this series. And the other helpful thing is, since the ghost is stop, it prevents me from pushing the is out of the way to prevent me from finishing the level. And of course, because I said explicitly at the very start of this level that it's going to be 7. Let's go. I mean, do you like how I was very clever about how I pointed out that you can make has and ghost star? Yeah, well, here it's... I mean, it's funny because I, for some reason, had a lot of trouble with STARDROP, but Meteor Strike, I already had all of the tools at my disposal to make everything happened that I needed to. It's kind of silly how that worked. All right, so things being hot is immediately going to be useful. Spelling out Ghost Star is going to immediately be useful. It's like, So, just going to... In fact, you might actually notice right now that the belts are perfectly positioned right now to be able to to spell out ghost and star without having them connect at one point. So that when you eventually do that, it spells it out at the exact same time. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I had a kind of surprisingly easy time with the general landscape of World ABC. It was not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be when I originally saw this, because I was thinking, ooh, special world. This is gonna be something real rough. But much like I said at the start of the video, not too bad at all. And we'll just get the T down here. I also do like that the whole Baba is melt constraint up here. Almost completely pointless, at least until I want to make Baba hot. So I might as well move that out there for right now. And bam. Ghost Star. And then the other thing is that you are kind of prevented from utilizing a lot of the letters due to how the belt turns into ghosts. However, HOT and HAS are all available for you to do stuff with. Isn't that convenient? It's as if it's by design. Alright, so number 1, Baba is hot, because the star is melt and the star has love. And that's good for this. And then I just need to make it so that love has flag. And then we're cooking with gas. Yeah, the G's maybe not as useful as some of the other letters you're getting in here, but hey, it's equally as important for other parts of the puzzle, so don't discount its usefulness, I guess. Alright, love has flag, and then that'll be it. Using all parts of the phrase that we started out with here, not too shabby of a puzzle at all. And there we go. And I do believe that that is, well, not only the last thing standing between me and the super duper secret worlds, but also that is the last large flower that I'm going to get. Everything after this point is going to be all about just getting seeds for completing levels, and you know, obviously the nice graphic for every time you complete a world, but that doesn't really do anything for you. So next time, it's the depths, and oh boy, if you thought things were getting crazy before, just wait until now.